Hello and welcome to today's GrowVC podcast. We're discussing trust and the internet in this episode, how these two go together and what issues are involved when surfing cyberspace. This topic was actually suggested by one of our Twitter followers, and for that we're thankful. So today I'm joined by GrowVC founders Jouko Ahvenainen and Valto Loikkanen, as well as a very special guest, Alan Moore. Alan, why don't you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yes, hello there. It's Alan Moore speaking. As someone described to me the other day, I've had an insane amount of marketing experience over the last sort of 15, 20 years of my life, doing everything from helping IPG launch the N-series phones to launching new cars, designing new products for Coca-Cola, but becoming increasingly interested in how the role of communities, the network society, played an increasing role in how marketing communications and strategies were going to develop. In 2005, I wrote a book called Communities Dominates Brands, which has recently been described to me as prescient, and I was told it still required reading by an SVP at a large company. I've subsequently since then worked with a number of entrepreneurial startups internationally, been very involved with funding and seen that side of it. And now I'm very excited to be working with GrowVC, helping them develop and evolve their vision. And the thing that inspires me very much about this project and this company is in fact the idea of how trust and engagement and community can be used and evolved for global funding projects.
Okay, that's fascinating, and thank you for joining us.
Okay, it's a pleasure.
So let's start off with our GrowVC member highlights from the community. And this week we're featuring a startup called LetmeCallu. And we actually have a short audio explanation of the service, so we can listen to that now.
Hi there. This is a short explanation of the web service LetmeCallu. Basically, LetmeCallu enables customers to call website owners and companies instantly with the click of a button. Let's see how it works. Firstly, a company will sign up for an account and create their button through our simple user interface. Next, the company will put their button onto their website wherever they want it to be. This could be on a contact page or even on the front page. Now a customer can click the button, enter his or her phone number, and LetmeCallu will automatically establish a connection between the customer and the company. All expenses are covered by the company, hence all calls will be free for visitors and customers. As a company with a LetmeCallu account, you will have access to call records, reports, voicemail, and other features. LetmeCallu, converting visitors into clients with the click of a button.
All right then. Now, LetmeCallu claim that they're a revolutionary, easy to use. LetmeCallu provide the fastest and most current type of innovative telephone service with a vast amount of application. It's so simple, in fact, that you'll understand the concept from the name alone. So LetmeCallu provides a channel for others to contact you by the simple click of an icon on your website. So I thought we could start off with our guest for today. Alan, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, my initial thoughts are that this again sort of plays into the whole idea of what we call VRM, vendor relationship management, a means by which we are giving a permission also and giving control to people in terms of how businesses or brands or people could be connecting with each other, which I think is actually sort of a fundamental part of the sort of network society that we're living in at the moment.
All right. Then Jouko, would you like to add something?
Yes, if I think the company as a whole, I think that they definitely have opportunities. They can make the communication and especially the calling to the companies very easy. on the other hand, I think that there are differences also in different countries and markets, that how willing people are actually to talk when they use internet services, and it depends also on service. And then of course Skype is one solution that can be used also in little bit in the same way, even it is not exactly the same service. So that I would say that what is really important for the company, that they take the right focus, that what kind of customers they try to get first, and also how they basically use their marketing and sales budget. So that I see that there are opportunities to make quite nice business, but it's really important for them that they have the right focus, how they start to use money and how they start to build their business.
Okay, and Valdo, do you agree or do you disagree?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, like Jouko mentioned, a similar service or similar functionality can be built with Skype, which is then kind of an existing user base, and existing people can have different setups to direct the phones and manage the voicemail and such, all kinds of features. So that's one clear point that or reason that I think it could be for them building their business is to focus on maybe something between big businesses and consumers. So I would say kind of small, medium-sized businesses with specific verticals. So something very specific area would be, I would say, the most interesting path that I could see that service have some good success to build up the user base, and also that could probably offer very interesting kind of add-on services that could be developed around that to make their position in that vertical stronger, and then expand from there. As a generic service, I think there's too much offerings in that segment alone as it is. But also considering to today's topic, I agree with Alan that it definitely giving more power to users to be able to contact you when they're on your side is a very good customer service experience, but also obviously that demands resources as well. It quickly becomes a very bad user experience if there's an option and it doesn't function. So if there's a lot of visitors and a lot of callers, then that's a resource problem as well.
All right, one additional comment, actually, what if I think the usability of the calling center services, I think that one of the most annoying problem for normal people when they call to services is not necessarily that how expensive it is. Of course, it might be an issue also in some cases, but how to get the right person who can really help you, and especially if there are some issues so that you must call many times and that kind of things. So that if they could offer also in the future some functionality that you can very well indicate that what you want to talk about, and if you have some history of the case, so that you can also indicate that who are you, what is the case, so that you could immediately be connected, for example, to the person who is exactly the right person to talk with you, and who could also know the history of the case and that kind of things. That of course I know that it requires more work to implement, but I see that is one possible roadmap for them to make the service really attractive.
All right, so definitely some challenges ahead.
I could actually just I had an interesting idea from that Jouko's comment, was that when you think about it now on the